Wearing a beret.
What, do we get to see her in that?
Yeah, she's going to be doing like one-to-one tutorials with you all, help you with your submission. Okay, right, so we have taken, I'm doing a little recap for this video. We've taken the microphone help file and pasted it into here, yeah? Now what we need to do is lock the patch thing and have a look, and you can see that your microphone is active and you're getting a little level meter doing something, yeah? So your patch is locked. Well, lock it and then switch the microphone on by just clicking on it, and then what you should see is the little things moving up and down. Is that happening or not happening?
Not happening.
No.
Not happening? What the hell?
Where is the microphone on the mat?
Sir, how
What?
do you open the help files?
You were late, so
Alt,
you have to
alt
stop
click
it.
on something that's unlocked.
Hello.
Right, so some people's are working, some people's aren't working.
No.
Alright, so if it's not working, go to the top, go to options, up here,
Options.
yeah, and then go down to audio status, and then where it says input device, make sure it says built-in microphone.
Yeah, it says that already.
Okay, you've got a little microphone on the top of your iMac. So if you just hit the top of your computer screen, you might see that it is already switched on. Is it on?
So you have to switch it on basically, don't you?
I can't believe it's reading.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, alright, cool.
Alright, so you've got some visual information showing you that you've got audio going into your computers.
Right.
Yeah, that's all. That's fine. Right, thank you.
I'm going to tell you.
Shall we carry on?
It only works when I hit it.
That's fine. It works. Okay, we're only messing about at the moment. Right. So what we want to do now is to add some kind of number box in here so that we can get some numbers out of this. So if you switch on your sidebar, if it's not already there, okay, and go to your Explorer, and there's an object over here called FlowNum next to the C, above the toggle in my one, FlowNum.
Toggle.
Yeah, so click and drag one of those into your window. Oh, it has to be unlocked. So unlock your patch, drag in the FlowNum, and now connect from the bottom of one of these two little readout things. What are they called? Meters, peak meter things. Connect out the bottom of one of those to the peak value into the top of this little FlowNum thing, and you'll see that as there's talking or noise or whatever, or you hit on the top of the machine, you're getting a constant stream of numbers. Yeah. So these numbers are, it's data that the computer's reading from the microphone input into the computer. Alright, so now we need to do some maths.
What?
I hate
I'm
maths.
leaving.
Yeah. Who got an A at maths GCSE?
Me.
Did you?
Yeah.
Who got a B at maths GCSE? Who got a C at maths GCSE?
3 attempts.
3 attempts. Oh wow. I got a C. It was a miracle.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Let's have a truth record. Who's got a U? Anyone?
You did. Okay, right, so I hate maths. Maths is horrible, but what Max can do is little maths things for us. And so it took me a while to get my head around this. There's floating point numbers, so these are decimal point numbers, so you've got 1 point, whatever it is, and then you've got normal numbers that don't have decimal places in them. So what we want to do is just turn this decimal thing into a normal number. Okay, so we've got this little maths thing here. It's going to add 50 to what we're sending into it here. Okay, so hopefully we can get that number to change. Is that going to change? Alright, so you really have to peak it to get higher numbers. So what we might need to do is change that number a little bit. We try 40. Where's my microphone? Yeah, so you can just click on the number in that box to change it. that making any difference?
No, not really. It barely responds.
That box isn't really doing much.
It almost looks like it wants to get to the next number.
Oh.
Can't even get to 21, I think.
Okay. So let's have a look in there. You've broken it.
Yeah, it doesn't move now.
Yeah, doesn't you multiply?
Try doing that.
That's just a little star, isn't it?
Yeah. That's on there. That doesn't like it either. Plus 50 worked when I tested it. Oh well. Right, can you get it so that it's doing what mine's doing? If you just change that to 51 or 52, and if you really just tap on the microphone, then it goes up one number. Can you get it to do that? It goes up one number.
It goes 0 and then it goes blank and goes 0.
The mic's on the top in the middle. Here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So put in plus. Just click off that. There you go. So you get something. Oh, you've not got space in between plus and minus. There you go. So it's doing something. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. 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 It's doing something a little bit. If you change it, then make sure there's a space. Yeah, that's it. You haven't even got yours, isn't it? So connect that there.
Oh
Yeah, that's it. And now, there you go. So you're getting it going up to 1. Yeah, that's doing something. Yeah, it's doing it a little bit.
Yeah.
Doing something. Okay. If you make sure that it has a 50 in it, or 51 or 52, okay, because that's the numbers that we want. That's similar to what we had in that other one, isn't it? 52, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Paul's got it. Alright, so what I want us to be able to do is make different 52, 53, 54, 55, 56 out of this microphone input here. And then send the numbers from this patch into this one where the Smurfs were. Okay? So, how do you do that? We need to go and send out the here. We've got a little send number here, so we can send that into there. And if you've still got that one as it was before, this should receive numbers over here. So if you switch this on, it might work. But it's not working. It worked yesterday when I made it.
What's this little box down here?
Just connect one or two. Here, that's sending.
Oh, the link.
Yeah, because you've got to send and receive. Surely, magic.
The thing different windows, I feel like saying Word is open, another one is open.
Yeah. Right, so you're getting something there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just not.
Is it to do with this?
I'm doing it.
She's done it.
Yeah.
Alright, so you might need to save things, close them, and then open them again, and then maybe they'll start to work. But can you see what I'm trying to get you to do? Yeah? Does it make sense? No? Yeah, so that's all right, that's all good. You've got a little receive object here, and you've got a send object here, so what's happening is you're making something, this goes in, you're getting the numbers there, and it should connect to this. So that's what's happening. Save that. That's on. Is that the wrong way around? I think I've got something wrong. Yeah.
That was working before.
Sorry. Some of you have worked out that I've told you to connect to the wrong thing. So when I now tell you to connect to the right thing, it'll work. It's because my screen's not the same size as yours. Connect it up to this one over here that says S number vid. Yeah, but connect it up to this S numbers down here and then it'll just work. Yeah, because the one in your Smurf patch from before is looking to receive numbers here. Yeah, and my patch was like that.
Yay.
Yeah, stupid Andrew. Naughty, yes.
Help me. My Smurf video isn't working anymore. I took time to finish it, Smurf video isn't working.
So, okay, so just click on it. Save it, close it,
I had closed it.
go into wherever it is, open it again. Oh right, so it doesn't work because you've moved it away from the Smurfs. So it needs to be where the Smurfs are. So where's the Smurfs? So, alright, so I'll tell this to everyone. If you take these files away from where the other stuff is that it's trying to load, as in the Smurf pictures, it won't work. It's looking where the file is, the one that I've given you for those Smurf pictures. Okay, so if you've moved it, it's lost the pictures, so it needs to be in here. Yeah. So now when you, yeah, so open those two again. Right, so press it. There you go. Right, so now you're sending out and receiving in, right, so this is where I've been moving. So connect to that here. Then lock it. And then don't do it. So, yeah, you can leave that. Works. Yeah, leave that one in, that's good, we need that in a little bit. There's no messages coming through. Perhaps change 50 from here to 51. Okay, so are you getting the Smurfs to change? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Alright, so you've not got a plus in there. Okay, so with these little boxes, with coding, with sums, if you've got no space between the plus and the number, then it doesn't know what it is. Okay, so you need to have little spaces. Oh, I was panicking then. Thought it was all going to go horribly wrong. Okay, so just make sure before we move on to the next bit that your patch here with the microphone in is connected up to number vid as well. Okay, so this one that I told you to do first, which was wrong, and this one down here, which is right. Okay, so connect those both up and then press save. I think the microphones are a bit different on these to the ones that I was building all of this stuff on, so that's why it's not working as fun as it was for me. But tapping, it makes it work, yeah? You might have to modify this little number in the plus 50 something or other bit to work. But what it's doing is it's adding this number here to that number there, and then it's sending out something to another patch to get it to do something. Okay, so does that make sense? Yeah? Are people feeling a little bit more like they kind of get why this might be useful? No. Okay, good. Right, so save and save. Let's have a look at number 6. Oh, you're going to hate me. Well, maybe not, I don't know. Number 6 then. So we've used this JIT-QT movie before. I don't know the names of all of these objects in Max, but like I said earlier on, you need to try and think about the name of these files that you want to use to do stuff, okay? And it's kind of in there, and as you start to look through the help files and the tutorial files for things, then you'll kind of get what the language is that you're wanting to use to find stuff, okay? You've got help up here, and there's Max, MSP and Jitter tutorials, okay, and they'll go through how to use objects. Some of it might be a little bit cold, but you know, you've got to learn, you've got to try and work stuff out, okay. And it'll talk about basics, and you can also look at the help file for individual objects, and then like we've just done, pull out bits that are useful for you, okay. So what we're going to have a go with now is combining a few bits together to make something. So what I want you to do is get the help file for JIT-QT movie. So you can steal that from this patch if you unlock it. And it looks like that. Jesus!
I think I left that. Jesus.
Alright, but I've written down what we need from it. We want the timer bit, yeah, the little switch, the number, Q Metro, we want QuickTime Movie, and we want read, start and stop, okay? So from here, if you just unlock it, we should just be able to steal that much. That's all I want. Can you see that?
Yeah. Not clear.
I'll go and do that again. Right, so I want to go and steal some bits from JIT-QT Movie. So I'm pressing, my patch is unlocked, this one, and I've just alt-clicked on JIT-QT Movie, and then the help file has appeared for it. Okay, now I'm going to edit this patch because I'm going to steal stuff. So Command and E, and then I just want this area here. So the window, the object, read, start and stop, and those numbers. Okay, you can all get that? Yeah, so just copy that and then close it. Now you want to make a new patch, so you can just do Command and N, and you can paste that bit that you've just stolen into there.
Sorry, what did you open to paste that in?
Command and N just to make a new one. Alright, so the next one is that we want to steal stuff from is JIT Brucosa. So this is brightness, contrast and saturation. We want to steal stuff from here. And so here we see a little video of someone. I don't care. All I want is this stuff. Okay?
The video as well.
The video window as well, yeah. This stuff that I'm shaking about. Yeah, so just steal those bits. So Command and C, close it, don't save, go into your new patch, paste it in. Okay, I'm going to freak you out now. We need to go and get stuff from JIT-QT Grab. JIT-QT Grab is a bit of a monster. So Yeah, but there's only a few bits that you need from here, so you need to unlock it, hold down Command, hold down Shift and then Command, and then you can select over the other little bits that we need. And so I'm showing you which ones they are. Oops. So you can just go and click them. Oh no, it's all started to go wrong. Let's have to start that again. Shift, Shift, Shift. Right, don't hold down Command. It doesn't. You don't need that. Yeah, but you need these bits: the Metro, the Grab, the Window, and then Open and Close over here. You got all of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Control C, Command C to copy. Close that. You don't need it anymore. Go to your new one, paste it in, and then it's just a case of just moving things around a little bit. Do you want me to do it again?
Put that back on so we can make sure
Has anyone spotted the little help that I've given you in this number 006 file? Shortcut. Has anyone opened that?
Oh yeah, cheers.
No, come on.
Think you're funny, do you?
You are.
Can we go back so we do it the long way? So,
What do you mean?
JIT grab.
Yeah, so in JIT grab then, so
And you want
so all we need out of here, hold down Shift, there's these three things up here.
Yeah.
The
the window.
the window, the JIT grab object, and open and close that's over there. Yeah, and then copy those into your other patch. And then it looks a bit of a mess with this new stuff. So we need to just shuffle some things around, which we can do by just selecting things, moving them about. This one, can you see this with this crazy line that's all straight and everything, this is a bit, it's not smooth like these ones. This is called segmented patch chords. And so if you just go over where you can see the little circle with the triangle in it, in the middle of that patch chord, you can remove segments and you'll see that it'll just turn it into more of a dealable line.
Why are they segmented?
Just for, you can ease, once you've put everything together you can segment things, and what it'll do is it'll lay it out like a circuit board, and if you've got patch cords that are running over the top or underneath buttons, video windows and stuff like that, it'll just move them all out of the way for you. Yeah. Right, so what we want to have then are three things like this. Let's put this brightness and contrast thing down there, and the other thing that we need is a switch. Okay, so press the wrong button. So in this little shortcut you can see that there's a switch somewhere. Okay, this thing here. So if we go and add a switch into this one, so we need to switch on the sidebar again, and there's these G gate and G switches over here. Can you see them?
Yep.
Yeah. So just grab a G switch and put that into your patch that we're making.
I can't open that.
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
Just close that. Where's the one that you've been making? Okay, so pull that down a bit. And then G switch. Put that in the middle somewhere. It's already in my shortcut. So you put it into your new one that you've just made.
Okay, so what we want to do here is just send in two different video feeds. Yeah, one of them is a grab and one of them is a movie. Okay, So what you'll do is you'll just need to come out of the bottom of JIT QT Movie. You can see what I'm doing over in the left hand side, and that needs to go into perhaps the middle input in this G switch. Okay, can you see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So bottom of JIT QT Movie over here into the middle of the G switch there, and then bottom of JIT QT Grab into the right hand side of the G switch. If you're coming out of the right hand side of the object, you've done it a little bit wrong. You want to come out of the left hand side.
Left of the grab command, yeah?
Yeah, we're always going out of the left at the moment
Going into the top left.
and going into the top right of the switch. Okay, and now we want to just come out of the bottom of the switch and into this JIT brightness, contrast and saturation object. Okay, so you might want to make these big windows a little bit smaller, and these the little window at the bottom a bit bigger.
The brightness one, did they come with that roster?
We copied them from the.
Yeah, I've got all of them, but I don't have the little thing we were trying to connect it to.
Yeah, look,
Something there.
oh, it's younger screws. No, that's the grab. Where's the grab?
Yeah,
And they're gonna have that.
and I definitely did too.
Bit, I'm sure. So that's the swear I already had it. Right, so you can have there. That. Right, cool, good.
Okay, so come out of the bottom of your switch into your brightness, contrast, saturation thing, and now what you need to do is lock your patch and activate some video stuff. So Command and E. If you go over to the grab one first and switch that on, yeah, so click the little checkbox for the Metro, press open, it'll switch your camera on your computer. So I'm going to switch the lights on so you can all see yourselves.
Yeah, cheers, bro.
Good morning. Right, and then with the QuickTime Movie one, what you need to do is load in a little movie into this. Okay, so you can switch that on and you just read. So click read, and then there's some video files in applications, Max, and what is it? Patches, media. There's some video in there, or there's bits of video that we had last week or the week before for the animated GIF stuff. So go and find a little bit of a video.
They're inspiring, aren't they? Dishes.
I know, yeah. So if you go into the Max folder in applications, yeah, applications, Max, patches, media, there's some video in there. Dishes. I like. Alright, I'll come and help you. Oh, Paul will. And if you press this G switch in the middle, you can see that the bottom window that we've got is an output. Yeah. And so now if you change some of these brightnesses and contrasts, you can control the video somehow. Alright?
So that's all right. So you've done that. Just put some. Yeah, so that's now. So that's switching on live video camera. And here, this is something on the computer. So we go into that's the net. Yep. So down here now, send. Right, so yours is working. Is anyone else is not working?
Yeah.
All right.
Unless in
So,
the opposite direction, it's really confusing.
so this switch is click on this cable. And look back. Click on that cable. Get that red thing. Put that into there. That's it. Right, now lock it back. So check on that. Just one on the keyboard. Now, push the two.
Why is it going the opposite direction?
Yep, I've got this part up. I'm sure I'm working on it. I couldn't find what you wanted to find it. So I've got that.
Yeah, so that's that. I don't know, yeah. Right?
But what's that program you got running on that to make it look all glitchy?
Oh, that's something for the thing that doesn't work.
Wow, that's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got two switches.
Yours working over here?
What's the switch? Oh,
Right, so we haven't been that locked. So now go to sit, applications, go down to max, going down, max 6, patches, media, whatever, crash test, yeah, it's open. So switch that on. So there's that, press that. That's it, and now these numbers you can turn on. Okay.
All right, so that makes sense, doesn't it? Oh, great.
Yeah.
Don't look so
Quite-
worried.
It's quite easy to just type a video and then just
Yeah.
get some effects on it, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Here's me thinking, what to do that in code?
Yeah.
I prefer the rooted patchboard look.
Yeah, well, you would. All right, so
Well, just do yeah, whatever's going through that. So it's either that one or that one.
yeah. What did I have in the shortcut? Number vid. So there's only one other little thing that you could do with this one from one of those earlier patches. We've got send numvid in this audio one, which obviously wasn't working all that well. But we sent information from one patch into another, didn't we? Yeah. So we could send number information from this audio patch into here. So these numbers here where you've got brightness, contrast and saturation, you could control those with an audio input from something else. Does that make sense? Turn up the brightness, contrast and saturation. Uh-huh. So that's not going to work very well because the microphone's a bit different on here to the one that I built it on. Shall I quickly show you a different way of doing something like that with numbers? Yeah? Because I'm not going to be able to show you the other bits, because the thing doesn't work. Well, you're not going to be able to do it, you're just going to have to watch. Right, so another thing that you could do, you could make random numbers. And I'll steal the help file. Random 10. Oh, why isn't it working? Oh, there we go.
Red eyes and that
Yeah.
kind of scary.
Yeah. So that's just generating random numbers here, which is then being sent into these things. So if I had a bunch of them that were generating different random numbers going into different ones, I opened random and then looked at the help. I just made a new box and typed random in it. Just over here you just drag it like we've dragged other things in, like the number boxes and stuff. Yeah. So now it's just sending a random number between 1 and 100 into all of those 3 different things every time I press that. That's quite clever. Let's make it even stupider. So let's get this metronome. I'm getting totally carried away now. And plug that into there. There we go. So that's just the speed, like the ticker going away, going into this, which triggers these random number generators. We'll slow it down a bit. Exciting?
What's the seed? Can you just explain the seed thing?
Can't remember what it is. It says in the help file.
You need
Maybe. No, you don't actually. You can just send in a number into random and then it will spit out more numbers. The number here, or 100, is what it's picking a random number between 0 and 100. So if you use, if you go and change this, then it will just be between much lower numbers here. By experimentations. I want to do that.
so you probably find
Right, I want to show you one last thing and then I want to stop. Okay, and you can't do this on these computers at the moment because one thing isn't in them, which should be in them. It's so annoying. The 2EO object.
upgrade.
Yeah, there's one little client object that is not in these in your computers. It's not on this one, so you can't do this one thing that I need to show you.
No, when that upgrade is not 6.
Don't know. I've got Mac 6 on here. But anyway, so what it is, there's 2 pieces of software that we're going to have running at the same time now. well, I am. So you can watch. Oh yeah, cheers. And I need to have the light on.
So yeah,
Sorry.
So,
Because what I need is to see are these fiducials. Okay, and so I did show you those a little bit before. Things with numbers on. Yeah. So this has a number on it. And this piece of software that I'm using is called Reactivision, and it's on all your computers in the application folder, and it has an icon that looks a bit like one of these things. Okay, and so that needs to be running at the same time as this particular Max patch to do the thing that we want to do. So I'm just going to hide that. There's a website which links up to the patch here, and so I've got a little button here that I can press, Max Launch Browser, and then there's a web address here, and so when I open that it'll connect to the internet and it goes and tries to download this particular file for me. I don't want to do that, but I should be able to see the Reactivision page if I go and dig about in there. Okay, and so what have we got here? Got another patch. So what you get when you download this Max MSP 2EO help file is this, okay? And what's happening in here is there's a client Lego brick or object that is connecting up through some magic in the computer to this, okay? And if we switch on the Max window, you can see here there's the 2EO client, and it's listening on a particular port. So it's listening somewhere inside the computer for something. What does UDP stand for?
you need something.
Okay, so whatever that is. And over here, we're getting add object, remove object being printed out to this window, so we can see that it's finding something and then it's not having it. So that's 94, that's 95, this one is 100 and something else. Yeah, okay. So it's reading these as I show them to the computer, and it's saying, oh, you've given us this one, 178. Okay. So like I said earlier, you could use these with that select object, and it could be listening out for different numbers that you show it. I go, oh, you've shown me number 193. I'm going to do something. Yeah. What we want to do, what I'm going to try and do, which it might struggle with, is move some video around with one of these. Okay, so at the moment I'm not listening for particular numbers, but it's quite easy to change this so that you are. But what you can do is you can get coordinate information. So if we zoom in on X and Y axis, you can see that this changes as I move this around. Can you see that changing a bit? This is probably going to be a bit shoddy and not work properly for me. But also I can get the angle of rotation. So you can see this one changes as I turn this round. Amazing. So this is being mapped to 640 by 480 pixels. So this is a little video window. Okay. And then what we've got here are 3 outlets from this object. So like we've got these little bits at the bottom, you can make extra little sub patches like this, and you can add ins and outs to them. Okay, and it's quite easy to do that because you just select whatever it is, and you can go and whatever it is, encapsulate here, and it'll make a little mini patch of it. So this P2EO stuff is this one, and it's got these 3 little things here. If I just make another one, you can see that's got a 4th outlet there. Okay, so I don't want that, and then that's disappeared from over there. Okay, so I've finished with this window, so I'm just going to close that. And then over here, what I want to do is send X and Y information out of these 2. So inside this object, these have names. Sorry, I do want to show you something else. In the inspector, you can go in and you can name stuff. So I've called it X out and Y out. Okay, so they're here, X and Y out. Oops, press the wrong button. So I'm going to X out into scale here, and then Y out into this scale. And so what this scale object's doing, it took me a little while to get my head around it, it's just converting a bunch of numbers into another bunch of numbers, okay? And you can have this, it's in this patch for you to take away and whatever, do stuff with, okay? So X position between 0 and 640 and Y position between 0 and 480. And I just had to flip one of them round so that as I moved to the left, it went to the left, and moved to the right, it went to the right. I've got send X position and send Y position over here, and they're going into this tutorial file. Okay, so I went into jitter and I thought, what is it that I want to do? I want to make video move. I want to make a little video window move about, and I want to be able to turn it and do stuff with it. So I looked through these tutorials. Oh look, tutorial 15, image rotation. So I started to look at this and I thought, what the hell? Let's just open the tutorial patcher. Oh right, okay, so in here you can load in a video, read dishes, you can zoom in and out with this video, and you can move it around. Ooh, okay, so I know that with these Reactivision things that I'm getting left and right and move about information, so I'm just going to chop out all of this business from that little help tutorial file and stick it into this patch. I'm going to send some information into it. So I want to connect my X and Y positions to things over here. So that's receive X, that can go in there, and receive X, that can go in there, and Y, and Y. Okay, so they're in there. So if we go and switch this on, oh, there's my amazing dishes video. It's not mine, it's one of the ones that comes with the software. I want to zoom out, so I've zoomed out to 0.25. Okay, so that's zoomed out. And now hopefully the numbers that I'm going to generate by waving this around in front of the camera are going to, I really hope this works, are going to move this video. Oh look, it's moved down there. Hey! Yeah. So it's moving the video around a little bit. You see that? Just because I'm moving this around. Oh, in front of the camera. Is that clever? 3 people thought that was clever. I haven't sorted out the rotation thing yet, but you would just send something into over here, I think, somewhere. Oh, there you go. Rotate. And then you'll be able to make it turn round.
You turning that?
I'm turning that with these numbers here. But I haven't worked that one out yet. There we go. Okay. So that's quite clever, isn't it? So this could be like an augmented reality thing where you stick one of these on someone and then something can appear, because we could add another bit of video into this. Clear. Oh yeah, there's all sorts of different things that we can do. Is that going to work? Yeah. So if we put clear, should I quickly add in another bit of video and see if I crash my computer?
Can you take a background feed from the camera? Because you know you're saying they could wear a solution.
Yeah.
So you have a heating camera.
That's what I'm going to try now. Live coding. Right, I don't know whether we can shove that one over there. Gonna work?
I suppose it doesn't.
Oh, no, it's not going to do it. You can do it with another thing. but it's a bit harder. But I just wanted to show that you can move video around, so it could be stuck on something. So you could have this jit.op object for that. You can have this jit.op object where you can use that to mix video. So you can have two different video files, and you can start to combine them. You see what's happening there? Yeah. Ah, look, she's in the wall.
Find any with yourself as well?
Yeah, you can load in your own bits of video.
Load
Yeah.
anything in and do that.
Yeah.
That's quite
You
cool.
can load in your own video, and you can have live streamed in video from the JIT grab object. But you can see it quickly does get a bit more complex, doesn't it? Yeah. You can do color tracking and things like that with it. It's a little bit more complicated. But what I would suggest is that you take some of these fiducial things away with you, or we could just leave them on the table for people to pick up whenever. And I'll email ITS to make sure that they've installed the one object that you need in the software, because to do that, because it's only that one little thing that's missing, and it just goes somewhere in Max externals or something like that. What IT services have done before is put things in the wrong place, so it actually has been installed, but it's not been there. It's not been correct. So it needs to be in here somewhere. Can't remember where. Okay, so I'll do that, and then you'll be able to have a go. Okay? I'm stopping. Thanks for your attention.
Cheers.
Bye.